We have handsome comrades here in the studio at a Metro Television. We have comrade Shola Abidemi, the president of Odilemo Youth Association. On my left-hand side, we have comrade Ogmono Oluwafemi, the Shara president. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Nigeria at 59. We all Nigerians have been celebrating right from the first, second, third, fourth. Now, this year, we are celebrating Nigeria at 59. What can you say so far about Nigeria at 59? Comrade Shola first.
It has been my pleasure being in Metrotv today. It's a good thing to celebrate their nation called Nigeria. Actually, it is done everywhere in Nigeria today. As far as I'm concerned, I've done it in my home before leaving this morning. I think I bring in my people, as in my family, to tell them more about how things has been going in Nigeria today. I won't say that. My presence here in the studio today made me to tell the Nigerians that celebrating Nigeria at 59 is not just only to do that on October 1st alone. I so much believe it's a thing that we need to be doing to remember the heroes, those that put out their life in making today reality. So it's for Nigeria to be celebrating today. It has gone a long way in what has happened in the past for the past leaders. When we talk of the so-called Paolo, what they have put in place for Nigeria to be where it is today. But I can say that the present leader that we are having are not really doing what we, the younger generation, are expecting. For that, we are celebrating 59 today. There are so many things that Nigerians are still looking forward to see, to enjoy, to benefit, and that is still lacking behind. When we talk of electricity, we are still lacking behind when it comes to that. I can tell you in Remo today, Remo generally, the way the epileptic power supplier has not been in the good, it has not been good, because we all know that when we talk of electricity, it happens to be one of the things that make an economy of a nation to move forward. But when you didn't have lighting in place, definitely doing things, those that are doing their menial jobs find it difficult to do what they're supposed to have been doing. It has turned most of the youths to be riding Okada today. Most of the other side, the ladies now, most of them have abandoned their businesses and venture to another that will not improve the economic of a nation. So, not that alone. Today now, when I was coming to the studio now, it took me more than 3 to 4, 5 hours before getting to say, John, that is supposed to be an hour journey. What am I talking about? It's all about the roads. The road network is bad. Very, very bad. I can tell you, from Lagos to Shagamu now, it shouldn't be a journey of more than 45 minutes, but today they're going to take you like 1 hour 30 minutes, even no more than that. So those are the things that I think we are still lacking behind. So I think our leaders still have a lot to do when it comes to, because so many people today are now, as I was coming, I was listening to programs on radio. Some people are saying, what are we celebrating?
Exactly.
I can tell you, they have their own point for saying that, because most of the things that we needed in this country has not been put in place. We believe that the so-called leader didn't put the interest of the general public. All they have in mind is going there, having their cake, other than putting the interest of people in their mind. So that is why people are saying, what are we celebrating? But even with that, we still need to celebrate. Nigeria, it has come, and it has come to stay. We are part and parcel of Nigeria. There is no way we will say Nigeria is no more existing. So in unity we stand, that I know, and definitely I so much believe that doing this might be an avenue to gear up our government in telling them what they're supposed to have done.
Exactly.
It might be they don't have people telling them what to do. But for doing this, I'm very sure the series of studios today is going to do what we are doing here today.
Right.
Talking about Nigeria, the present Nigeria, the past and the future, what's going to happen in the future. For saying this, is going to ring bells to the ear of the governor to tell them what our Nigerian is really needed.
All right. Thank you, Comrade Sholari. I think I will need to stop a bit there. Let's listen to my powerful comrade from Shara Youth Council, Comrade Olufemi.
Yeah, I'm very glad being here today. I mean, Metrotv. As well, we are celebrating 59th independence through Nigeria. Yeah, once someone called me this morning, said, "Hey, Uncle, I just want to greet you happy independence." I said, "What is happy about the independence?" You just tell me what the happiness about our independence is. Like my colleague has said, my comrade, let's give kudos to the past leaders, such as
you mentioned Awolowo, yes.
Azikiwe,
the sage.
Yeah, I know that. They have something in mind before they fought for independence. But what are those leaders that we have been having since then? Do they ready to step into shoes that those Papa has laid down? No. What they are fighting for is money. Now, it's giving much concern. Let me start from education sector. You try all you could do to send your children to school. You borrow money, you sell whatever you have so that your child or your children could be graduated. After the graduation, what else? There's no job. Maybe at the end of the day, maybe because the children doesn't want to be a palaver or a burden to the parents.
The parents,
you know, they will start falling into some jobs, odd jobs. You see many graduates now, Okada riders. See many of our ladies who are graduates, who have graduated many years ago, they couldn't have anything to do. They were trying to be doing a kind of prostitute job, which cost them, many of them, their lives. It's like the way they are running this Nigerian system of government is not the best at all. I want to tell you, even the way we are operating education in this country is not the best. I decided to take my first son out of Nigeria. He went to Ghana for education. 4 years is 4 years there. I paid a serious money, but their 4 years is 4 years. When you decide to put your children...
Sorry, let me just cut you there. You mentioned something about 4 years is 4 years.
Yes.
Because in Nigeria here we have some courses, 5 years, we have 6 years.
Yeah.
So are you saying 4 years?
Over there is 4 years.
It's just 4 years. You don't have courses of 6 years, 7 years?
We have courses of 4 years, 5 years.
Okay, depending on the discipline.
Most of the courses being run here, you know, particularly is 4 years.
Exactly.
Except
that's the minimum.
Some essential courses. Now you want to do accounting in university, you know it's 4 years. But you started 2001, you'll be hoping by 2005 you're supposed to be serving something of sort.
Exactly.
But mind you, 2005 you might still be in 200, 300 level because of strikes. You see, lecturer won't be paid. They will be wasting time of our children. Even after we struggle, the children later graduated. Where is the work? See, it gives me much concern. Then what are we celebrating?
My comrade, sorry, you mentioned something now. Before I forget, I want to chip in something. You said you graduate and you're looking for work. That leads me to you. Probably when if Comrade Sholari to have something to say. Is there any creativity in Nigeria? As in when you talk about the youth, teenagers, are we creative?
Yeah, that is where that's what we've left behind. But that is what we were supposed to handle now. My wife is into this knitting job.
Okay.
She's doing cardigans, school cardigans. Now none of my children doesn't know how to do that. If government refuses to give you a job, you go back to that job. Assist your mom. Your mom will get a job from big companies, from big schools. Then that cardigan will be giving you something. If government doesn't ready to give you something. Now I will tell you, I want to make my own as a reference. Before I could get a job, maybe 15 years after, I've let my eyes.
Wow, that's so serious.
But thank God that my dad has a job in which I know how it goes. Then I later ventured into that job. So that is how I managed myself till I got government job.
When you look at Nigeria, there's no way you could not talk about the youth. So what can you say about youth development in Nigeria? Definitely, you have to put Remo into consideration. Thank you very much. I start with you, sir.
Yeah, thank God we have an association that links youth together. I mean, National Youth Council, Remo Youth Council, such as. Now, this is a big opportunity for we, the youth, in which you have to be united. Because I believe all those leaders, probably when they want to seek elected posts, the money wanted the youth to support them, then that is where we gain access into them. Now, if you gain this thing, what are we gaining to us? How are you going to benefit from this? Now, it is then we have an agreement, we seal an agreement. Okay, we give you jobs, we do this, we do that. So thank God that we have a very cooperative youth that works together to make that they get jobs for those who are yet to have or you are yet to be employed. So it's one of those things that we are actually, gained from being together as a youth association or whatsoever.
Oh, thank you very much. So far you have mentioned National Youth Council of Nigeria, and you have also mentioned the Remo Youth Council, and how we've been able to work together at least as one.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Comrade Oluwafemi. Back to you, Comrade Sholari.
I haven't mentioned the National Youth Council of Nigeria. This happened to, it is our slogan which says build the youth
and build the nation.
So definitely there's no really mention of a nation without mentioning the youth. We are the future generation of a particular nation. In any nation that you didn't mention a youth, definitely that means the nation is getting to a collapse stage. So former UN General Secretary Kofi Annan says, which I quote, I would like to take the quote from my paper, which says young people should be at the forefront of global change and innovation. Empower, they can be key agent for development and peace. Why am I saying this? The new political generation in this country has been seeing the youth as a threat. I can tell you that. They have been seeing the youth as a threat. Hence, they're supposed to bring the youth. They're supposed to put the youth at the forefront so that when the youth is seeing what they are doing, definitely they will be able to embark on what they've laid down. But since they've been seeing the youth as threat, it happens in Remo as I'm talking to you. There's a body we call Remo Youth Council, which is just formed of recent, and kudos to the member and the leaders of Remo Youth Council. It was the help of Remo Youth Council that all the youth of Remo has been won with the help of the new Academy of Remo Land. But I can tell you, there's another body called Remo GDF. They are older than us, richer than us, and I can tell you, to my own understanding, I can say they are using that to oppress us instead of them to bring us on board. Listen to what we have, and in the course of doing that, the two body to work in one hands in order for the Remo to get what they are supposed to get for the future. Instead of that, they are seeing the youth body to be a threat, which I believe doing that might cause a big problem for the Remo in the future. Why am I saying this? Fine, in any community that you believe youth are not relevant, that means the community is digging their grave. All the youth might not be the same, and at the same time, you don't have to look at them to be the same. Each and every youth has his or her own motive. There are some youth, not even Remo alone, every community as a whole, there are some youth who are engaged in some activities that have nothing to do with the development of the community. We talk of Yahoo guys, there are some that are cultism, Those one aside, but there are some youth who have the interest, the passion of their community within them, which made them to do what is going to be a benefit to the community. So I so much believe that the coach, the said of United Nations former General Secretary Kofi Annan, which said that the youth are supposed to be in the forefront, should be the watchword of our leader now, so that we, not even Remo now, Nigeria as a whole, so that the younger generation will have a say and stand when it comes to the nation called Nigeria.
All right, thank you. But I want to pick two things. Two things from what you have said so far. You mentioned threats, but I want to remind you that before we had the election, the House of Assembly, I'm talking about the House of Rep and the Senate, they passed the not too young to run. And we could see the effect in Nigeria when we had the election, both at the state assembly, the governors, and look at we have a governor in Oyo State, we have some honorables in Ogun State, we have even some in Oyo State. Sorry to cut you. Fine, you must have made your point, but I'm just trying to let you know that the federal government is trying to do something. And that is why the president he assented to the bill. That is not young to run. If the federal government they don't want it, he wouldn't have signed it into law. So I just want to put that. Then secondly, you mentioned Remo Growth and Development Foundation, which was set up by the Akarigbo. If I may get you right, what you are just trying to say is that the foundation have not been carrying youth along. It's not, I'm just guessing, I'm saying, it's not as if they are seen us as threats. Probably they've not been doing what we in Remo, the youth in Remo, we are expecting them to do, if I may get you right.
We are still saying the same thing here now. In any association, in any community, there should be a leader, and definitely there should be the young ones coming.
Exactly, you're right.
And if I may go down a little bit down to Yoruba, the Jew says, that's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Comrade Sholari and Comrade Oluwafemi. We've been having a very, very lovely discussion, and I can say that our viewers have learned a lot of things. Yeah. But to put it on the conclusion, I don't want people to just go like that. I want you to give us like a message across to the not only to the youths, to all our viewers. Comrade Sholari.
My candid advice to the youth, to the upcoming youth, is to look up to the elders. I'm talking about the committed one now. Those of them that has what to offer, that has passion, that have passion of the community, to the state, as well as to this nation. Look out to them, get closer to them. As in, once we reach out to them, tell them what we have in mind. Let them give back to, let them give us as well as what they have in mind. In the course of doing that, the two, whatever we might have discussed together, will definitely bring out what is going to be positive to the state, grassroots level, as well as the nation. And I'm telling you, by doing that, in my own level, at the other level, at every local government, at every state, all together, come back to the nation is going to give us what exactly we are looking up to.
All right, thank you. That's a lovely message from Comrade Sholari. Over to you, Comrade Olofemi.
Yeah, thanks once again, Comrade Onogbeson. The advice I would give our youth is this. They shouldn't let those money that will be given to them during the election be their much concern. If anybody comes to them, vote for me. If possible, let them go on an agreement, a signed agreement. If we support you, you won this election. This is what we are going to do for us. This is what we are going to do for our community. This is what we are going to do to this. When it is that, it should be an unsigned agreement. Then the youth shouldn't be feared or have any scare of going to school to have their normal certificates. So that when they have the certificate, they will be able to challenge who is in power. You promise us employment, these are certificates, these are people. Now do your something. Even they can be carried to court, they can be dragged to court if they failed to sell what they promised. So that is the advice I would give you, that they should remain firm and they shouldn't be much more after money when there is election, so that they can attain their goals in the future.
All right, thank you very much. All right, thank you, viewers. I know very much well you have been enjoying the exciting moment with my lovely comrades, Comrade Oluwafemi and Comrade Sholari. We've been able to talk about Nigeria 59. My comrades here, they've also spoken about the youth development in Nigeria. They've narrowed it down to Remo, which is their base, and I so much know that the message they pass across to the youth and the Nigeria at large will be useful to everyone. Thank you very much for coming, Comrade Sholari. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. All right.